and George Allen. And also I have the First Lady of Virginia, Maureen, and my daughter and some of my sons here. Thank you all so much for coming out here to the center of the universe to greet the next President and Vice President of the United States. What an incredible crowd. I'm sorry the fire marshals wouldn't let any more in, but we had a great rally with Governor Romney and Congressman Ryan. That was a quiz. You got it. You got the word. So let me tell you what this is all about. We had a rally in there that talked about the American dream and talked about the need in this great country to restore the American dream. You know, the president's been to Virginia. Have you noticed the number of times lately you've seen him here? He's interviewing to be re-upped for the job for another 4 years. When he was here just last week, and he said something I want you to remember. He said, "If I don't win Virginia, I don't think I can get re-elected president. Are you willing to make that campaign?" Well, you know what? He also said when he was here a month and a half ago in Roanoke, Virginia, that if you have a business, you didn't build that. Somebody else made that. And we all agree, Mr. President, if you really believe that, then you don't understand the free enterprise system, you don't understand the American dream, and you don't understand the heart and soul of the American people that's been alive for 236 years. So, Mitt Romney is going to restore the hope and dreams of the American people. He's got a great plan for the middle class. I grew up as an average middle class kid in Northern Virginia, and with God's grace and a lot of hard work and a lot of friends like you, I got the same job held by Thomas Jefferson and Patrick Henry. That's what's great about the United States. But he's got this great idea to fix the challenges facing the middle class and restore opportunities by making sure that we have a reliable energy supply using all of our God-given natural resources like coal and natural gas and nuclear. He wants to get the American entrepreneur back to work and create jobs, even though this president has the lowest number of new startup businesses in 30 years. He wants to restore great schools and have tremendous workforce development programs in science and technology and engineering and math. He wants to be able to get rid of this crushing American debt and deficits that's mortgaging the future of you young people here that's taken us to $16 trillion in debt, which is an unsustainable and immoral level of spending. And so, you know, when you check that resume and you look at what you've seen under this president and what he's offering the 8 million people of Virginia and the 300 million people in the U.S., you see an 8% unemployment rate now for 42 months. You see the greatest amount of new deficit spending under any president in history. You see a doubling of gas prices. You see no coherent energy plan. You see no budget for the United States of America in over 3 years. You know what? When I look at that kind of resume, 2 words come to mind.
You're fired!
So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what the issues are. We have to get rid of this vision that we've got out of the White House now that says more debt and more spending and more taxes and more guarantees and more entitlements are the way to American prosperity, because you've seen what that's brought us over the last 3.5 years. It's made America a tougher place to live and work and to raise a family. What we need is the GOP, the great opportunity party, to nominate and elect its candidate, Mitt Romney, to be president of the United States. But let me just close by saying this. Beyond all those policy issues, and I know you agree, what you want is a person that when the last advice is given by the cabinet member, the last consultant weighs in that lonely confines of the Oval Office, that you've got a leader of character and principle and faith that's going to do the right thing for the people of Virginia and the United States of America. You want somebody that's going to do what is best best for limited constitutional government that will always make the decision about the individual liberties of the people over more big government programs that we see in this administration. And that's what you get from Mitt Romney. You know, the old saying in the scripture is, for lack of vision, the people perish. But you know what? With strong leadership, with a vision, the people flourish. And I would say that we will flourish with the leadership of Paul Ryan and Mitt Romney for the next 4 years. So I want you to do everything you can this last 87 days. Virginia really is a state that is going to make a difference in who will be the leader of the free world, who will be the next commander-in-chief of the greatest military on earth, who will be the person that will support our men and women in uniform all over this world is doing the great work of freedom. And I know that you can deliver. Well, now it's my pleasure to introduce somebody that I think was the greatest reform governor of the modern era, somebody who did tremendous work in abolishing parole and establishing truth in sentencing and 3 strikes and you're out, that reformed our K-12 education system and brought more accountability in our social service system with reforming our welfare system, who's done a tremendous job in the United States Senate when he represented it for 6 years. So please welcome my friend and yours, the next United States Senator from the Commonwealth of Virginia, George Allen.
From here in Hanover.
Yeah!
How about Henrico? Chesterfield. Richland. Louisa. Caroline County. Kent. All right, so we got most of them. Spotsylvania. Pittsburgh. All right, Stafford. There's a whole mess of folks here. You're all fired up and you're all ready to win. Folks, these young folks here are those who have the best seats up on the tree there. This election's for you. Young people graduating from colleges these days, many of them sadly have to move back home. And there's so many people who talk about, gosh, the unemployment rates are for 42 straight months over 8%. What's most discouraging is the underemployment rates of 18, 19, 20%, where young people and indeed middle-aged people may have a job, but it's not a job that's fully utilizing their talents and their skills in their education. Folks, it doesn't need to be this way. And that's why I'm running, that's why Mitt Romney's running. We're wanting to see America where everyone, regardless of their background, has that equal opportunity to compete and succeed. Not to say you should have diminished opportunities in this country. My goodness, this is America. And America's you should only be limited by your imagination, your hard work, and your diligence. When you're talking about a comeback, we have a comeback here in our Commonwealth. And it's being led by great leaders, and especially this leader here, Bob McDonnell. Bob's great leadership. Folks, up in Washington, they don't have leadership. Leadership is about setting priorities and getting others to agree on those goals. The preeminent responsibility of the federal government is national defense. And what you see with that deal they made last summer that failed as usual, and they have now our credit rating's been downgraded, but more importantly, who is this burden going to be on? It's going to be with devastating, disproportionate cuts, half the cuts coming from our military. And that also means over 200,000 jobs are at risk here in Virginia. Now, the other side says, well, this means we need to raise taxes on job-creating small businesses. That makes no sense whatsoever. Here's the bottom line. Let me be very clear about this. The men and women who are serving in our armed forces should never be used as a political bargaining tool to raise taxes on job-creating small business owners. So folks, we need leadership. That needs to be stopped. We need to make sure that we have a government, and we can have a government in Washington, that is more efficient, more effective, and accountable and focused on its primary responsibilities. And national defense is that, and that's in the Constitution. And moreover, part of that is making sure we keep our promises to our veterans and their families for the benefits they've earned. Blessed by God with the most energy resources of any country in the world. Of course, our blessings. And I know that Virginians, from our coal fields to our coast, are ready, willing, and eager to provide America with the energy to power our economy. And on day one, I will introduce a bill to allow Virginia to produce oil and gas off our coast and use Mitt Romney in the White House, we're going to have a friend who will say yes to Virginia. Stop EPA, though, from regulating coal out of existence and saying yes to us in Virginia rather than no. The other thing we need to do, folks, is we need to have leaders in Washington that trust we, the people. And I see a sign over there where they've taken it down. Yeah, we built it. Yep. And I've heard from so many small business owners all over Virginia, and one of them in Bedford County told me, he said, I want the government to get off my back and out of my pockets. Yeah. So thank you all. Thank you for caring about your families, your communities, our Commonwealth, and our country. Virginia will determine the future of our country in the elections on November 6th. What we do between then and November 6th will determine whether we're successful in making sure America's once again ascending. And so you're going to need to talk to all your friends, your neighbors, folks with whom you worship, the folks that you carry your kids around to sporting events. Anybody who uses electricity should be on our side. Anybody who drives a car should be on our side, unless they want higher gasoline prices. Anybody who pays taxes, they ought to be on our side, right? Anybody who has a job or would like a job should be on our side because we have the proven solutions and ideas and reforms for more jobs. And most importantly, anybody who cares about the future of their family ought to be on our side. So that's about 99% of everyone is on our side. So folks, in these next 88 days, communicate every way you can. There'll be ads, put bumper stickers on your car, yard signs for Mitt and for myself and Eric Cantor and Rob Whitman, whomever, the congressional, Randy Forbes, whoever. You all are going to be key. What you say to the people who you know will be more effective than any TV ad, any mailing, anything else. So, folks, everyone's going to be looking at Virginia this year. This is a pivotal election. This is our generation's rendezvous with destiny. It is our time for choosing. My father would always say, the future is now. Well, our future is now, and it'll be determined in these next 88 days and the results on November 6th. And I'm confident that with your hard work, your help, and your prayers, people are going to be looking at Virginia, and they'll say, look at those Virginians. They're still standing strong for Virginia. But most importantly, what are we standing strong for? Freedom. Freedom and opportunity for all. That's the Virginia we love, and that's the America that will be standing for Virginia. America's comeback starting right here in our Commonwealth of Virginia. Thank you. Well, we win this, and Harry Reid will be in the minority. Adios on the road. Adelante.